Hello, this is Jim from Tech Buzz. Today we're going to unbox the Blackberry KEYone, which just arrived. And this is what the packaging looks like here. So, on the back it just gives us some brief information about the product, which is 4G LTE Category 6, 4.5 inch screen, IPS and 4, 33 ppi, octa-core 64-bit, Snapdragon 625, 12 megapixel autofocus camera on the rear, and on the front 8 megapixels, and memory is 32 gigs plus 3 gigs, and we've 3505 milliamp hour battery, and of course the latest version of Android. So let's take it out, and we present another box with the name embedded on top there. So that's the phone there itself. We're going to pop that to a side for one moment. So we get a little tray here in the box. You can see there is a hump on the camera, and in here we get some instructions, and of course our SIM removal key. So we'll just pop them to one side, and we also get our plug. We get our earbuds, which are of course Blackberry, and some replacements there, or different sizes there if you're into using the stock, and of course our charging cable, which is USB Type-C, so just bear that in mind. Most phones are going to be that by the end of this year or next year at the latest. So we'll take off this plastic stuff and put the phone down. So this is what we're looking at here, and it's kind of a mashup between the Silver Passport and the Blackberry Priv, if you remember those two devices. And we can see immediately we've got our big set of keys there on the bottom, which is pretty cool. The screen mightn't look too big, but it's pretty fine, and it's probably a little bit small for my liking, but I'll get used to that as I change the voices quite often. So up in front here we've all our sensors and a speaker, and you can see the LED there flashing, which is typical on all Blackberries. And down on the bottom here we have our USB Type-C and our speakers. And on the back here we have this soft rubberized material, which you will probably remember if you've used any other devices such as the Passport or the Leap. It's very good, very grippy, and Blackberry is one of the kind of phones I'd never buy a case for due to this material on the back. It's pretty cool and it's pretty grippy. And here we can see the camera, and there is a slight little hump on it there, but it's not really an issue. And of course our flash and so on there, and up on top is our headphone socket there. So we still have the headphone socket, and that's probably a welcome move for most people. So on to the sides then, we have our volume rockers here, and up here will be our SIM tray here, and here is our convenience key, and on this side here is our power on key. So on the front here we have our keys, as you can see, and they're pretty tactile, and we've also got a fingerprint scanner built in here on the bottom. So you just see how quick it is there just to turn on. So we also have what we would be familiar with on phones, is we've a productivity tab here, something which we're kind of used to seeing now on Samsungs and so on. So you can use this if you like. Some people don't bother with the likes of this, but they're pretty handy to have. And we have our typical layout here on the front. Just want to stop all this here, and this is what it'll come like set up. So we've just put a couple of apps in there. We're going to get through them and set them up and give it a good test run over the coming days. So again, it's all familiar here if you're used to using the Priv, which was another nice device. It's identical layout here, as you can see, and we've got D-Tech on board, so it's pretty cool. The keys also act as a trackpad. So if we just open up a page quickly there, you can see you can scroll up and down, which is pretty cool, and that gives you the full screen then. But you know, some people prefer to have a full length screen rather than have a screen with keys on it, as you can see there. But if you are fussy and you don't want them, you also get your pop-up screen here for using more keys. But you know, using these keys, you get pretty used and pretty fast, and as I said, they're very tactile, and the predictive text is excellent. So all in all, it's pretty cool. So basically, that's just a quick look at the KEYone. Everything is familiar with the layout there. You know, if you've used an Android device before or used a similar device, it's all the same. So it's pretty cool. We've 7.1.1 out of the box, and that's really about it for now. So just a closer look at the keyboard there. It's pretty cool, and they are pretty fast, and the keys are very tactile. So we're going to give it a run for next week or two and tell you what you think. Any questions in the meantime, give us a shout at techbuzzorland.com, and we'll talk to you in the next one.